Hi, my name is Erica. I am a project management consultant and a marketing consultant. I own my own firm. If you want to know more about that, you can either subscribe to this channel, check out my website at ericastatley.com, I think that's pretty much it. So today we're talking about all of you out there who want to quit your 9 to 5. I know there's a lot of you that are miserable. We are truly in the age of employers treating their employees like garbage. And so many people want to leave and they don't know how. So today I'm here to kind of plot out your exit strategy with you. And this is coming from somebody who actually did it. So I'm giving you everything that I did. And I should give you the caveat that I had my business from 2018 on, so I was growing it. And then I finally fully quit earlier this year. However, you don't need that much time for this roadmap to work. So let's go ahead and get into it. First of all, you need to take a realistic look at your money and figure out how much you need to make. So for this, I recommend start tracking a budget so you know how much is going out, how much is coming in every single month, and how much is coming in should always be greater than what's going out. And I know that's not everyone has the privilege for that to be the case, but that should be the point, like the MVP, minimum viable product, that you are striving for. So we're gonna hop over to a little screen share and I'm gonna walk you through the rest of this.
Quick switch here to the screen recording. This is the budget template that I'm going to be purchasing for this upcoming year. Let me try to do this without exiting out of this whole thing. Okay, but it's capmoneybudget.com if you can see that. And it kind of breaks down like savings goals, debt dashboard, and then some actual, you can get into all of the different budget spending. You can see your bills, expenses, debt, saving, needs, wants, savings, and debt. You definitely want to consider additional things. For example, I don't know if I see retirement anywhere on here. You could obviously make your own. But like your 401k or your Roth IRA, you want to take that into account because when you leave your 9 to 5, you're going to have to do that yourself. So I could make a video about that because I did that. But you need to plan for that because you still want to be adding to those and you definitely don't want it to just sit there. And you might even need to transfer to a different institution. So you need to plan for that. You're not going to have healthcare covered, so you definitely want to take that into account. And then dental is usually separate from a normal healthcare plan, as is vision. You're also going to want to make a plan for tax season. So if you are out on your own, you won't be getting a W-2 anymore. And a W-2 is when they take out your taxes before they give you your money. So then when payday comes around, usually the government owes you something versus 1099s, you're probably going to owe the government something because none of your taxes are deducted when you receive your paycheck. So definitely make a plan for tax season. Something that can help is looking up how to legitimize your business. So for example, mine is an LLC, and because of that, I get a certain tax break. I think S Corps get the best tax break, but just giving you more about this. This is literally $9. It's so affordable. Here we go. Cat Money Budget. Let's see. She's awesome. She makes great TikToks. Looks like her Instagram's in working progress with TikTok going away. I'm going to go ahead and just follow her because I really like her. Anywho, and then you also want to consider your emergency fund. So, and then also determine, I don't know why my picture went away, but anyway, you want to determine your risk tolerance for your emergency savings. So for example, mine was 3 months. I'm willing to only have 3 months saved up in my emergency fund. So if something were to happen and all of my income goes away, I at least have 3 months to get me by. Some people might need more than that. Like if you have a family or something, maybe you need more than 3 months. But these are all things to take into account when you are building up your budget and taking a realistic look at your money before you quit your 9 to 5.
My second tip is to choose a firm quit date and then stick to it. So for me, I decided in October of 2023 that I was going to leave, and my quit date was April 1st. And so then I worked backwards and I said, okay, because of my own personal circumstances, I wanted to give a 30-day notice, and I had a lot of job security because I knew that they weren't going to just tell me to F off as soon as I told them. I knew that I was going to be given those 30 days. So if you're not sure of that, you might want to keep your 2 weeks because of another tip that's going to come in a little bit later, or I guess next, which has to do with your healthcare. But you need to set a firm date, and then you need to tell people, because you need people to hold you accountable. For me, it was like that driving need to not fail and to not humiliate myself that made me get up every day and work 10 times harder than I had the previous day to make this happen. So like I said, for me, I chose the time, what was that? I mean, October, November, December, January, February, March, 6 months. For you, it might be a month. For you, it might be 1 to 2 years. You need to just pick your date and then reverse engineer your plan. We're going to get to reverse engineering a little bit more in a second. But that leads us into tip number 3. Once you know your plan, you need to schedule every single doctor appointment, once you know the date that you're quitting, schedule every single doctor appointment that you need to have, because it depends on who you work with, but my insurance was good for 30 days after I quit. So I scheduled every single doctor appointment during the month of April, and I scheduled it early just in case like the doctors had cancellations or whatnot. So I could get all of my healthcare, and then I would have a little bit of runway while I needed to figure out personal healthcare insurance in between and during that transition. Schedule every single doctor appointment, get it all taken care of, go to the dentist, get your contacts refilled, get your glasses prescription updated, get your skin checked, refill prescriptions, switch to generic prescriptions if you can. And if you have a health issue, like a chronic health issue or something that requires you to get health care every single week, hopefully you factor that into step number 1, your budget. But if not, remember to go back and factor that into your budget now. It does not mean that you cannot do this just because you have an ailment, but it does add a layer of complexity that those of us that don't have it don't need to worry about. And that's just the unfair truth of some situations. All right, tip number 4. Create a plan on how you're going to scale your business up until your very last day in corporate America or agency America or whatever you're working for. So this might look like setting up systems to be able to get more work out faster. And as a project manager, I'm kind of expert at this, is like get a project management tool. Automate as much crap as you can. Ask ChatGPT, like plug in all of the daily tasks you do, and then ask it to come up with automation strategies for all of those different tasks you're doing. Because time is money, and truly in this race, when you're getting ready to go and you're trying to expand your client load, expand your revenue that you're bringing in from your business, saving time is going to bring you more money because you'll be able to spend that saved time on revenue generating activities. The other thing is figure out your capacity. So like if you're taking on clients, like for me, I was able to figure out that I could take on 6 clients post-corporate, but during corporate, I could only take up to 4. And that was working me from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. every single day. And you might just have to grind for a little bit. So keep that in mind, but figure out your capacity for scaling while you're in your current job, and then figure out your capacity for once you quit and prepare for that. Also get your portfolio nailed down, make it look nice, figure out a way to stand up, use this cushiony time where you have the safety net of a full-time job with a W-2 or whatever you might do to prepare for that. Next is to choose a differentiator that's going to help you scale your income. And this is where things get a little confusing, I suppose. So to give you an example of a differentiator, I'm in project management consulting, right? One of my differentiators that I went after was my PMP certification. So that differentiator, it cost me almost $1,000, but I viewed it as an investment, and it has come back to me tenfold because I've been able to win clients simply from having the certification attached. I increased brand awareness, and I actually scored an affiliate partnership with the people I got my certification through. If you're not sure what your differentiator should be, I encourage you, go to ChatGPT, do some competitive analysis and research, like figure out like, okay, what is the market offering for my product or my service or whatever it might be that is like a little, like people are unhappy with it. Go on Reddit and look up and like see what people are complaining about. And that's where you're gonna find your differentiator. Honestly, Reddit, Facebook groups, where do people go to complain all the time? And then how can you fix their complaint and then make them so happy and become a brand evangelist for you? Also, we're not talking about my nail, okay? It's embarrassing. All right, so you've done all this work. You're gonna take all of this, you're gonna take your end date, and you're gonna reverse engineer your goal. So depending on what your end date is, you might have more work than some of us. I had 6 months. I reverse engineered, and I set my main goal was like, okay, I need this much in my savings to be able to quit. Okay, so every single month I need to bring in this much money, and every single month I need to get this many clients, and every single month I need to do this for my brand. And then, you have all of your monthly objectives that are going to get you to that goal. So then you take your monthly objectives and you break it down into each week. What do you have to do each week? What KPIs do you need to hit every single week? Then you take all of the weeks and you roll them down into daily tasks. And so every single day you wake up, you have your daily to-do list of how you're going to get yourself out of that shitty 9-to-5 job. You complete it, you check, 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 you go to bed. Once finally everything is done, it might keep you up until 11 p.m., might keep you up until midnight or later. How bad do you want it? If it's too much, you might need to look at pushing your quit date out a little bit more. You might need to give yourself a little bit more runway if you're just absolutely running yourself into the ground. Like I'm thinking of new mothers right now. If you know, like let's say that you're pregnant right now and you're due in March and you're saying that your quit date is going to be after like a month or so after your maternity leave, be realistic with yourself. Can you complete all of that? And maybe try, but during your maternity leave, being a mother is one of the busiest jobs that there could be. So try to keep things like that in mind as you're creating these goals. And know that yes, you can push it out, of course, if that makes sense, but try not to, because you're trying to set that firm quit date and stick to it. So those are all of my tips to quitting a 9-to-5. I put them into practice, it worked. I've given these tips to other people and they've successfully done it. It's a very practical approach. It's not super glamorous. In fact, you're probably going to feel very stressed out, very strapped, and very not glamorous, which is hard in the age of social media when influencers make everything look very easy. Not saying their lives are easy, but they make it look easy. This shit ain't easy. It's hard. It takes a lot of work. So buckle down, put your nose to the ground. Don't mean for that to rhyme. And good luck. Always leave a comment if you have a question or even like feedback, something to add to this. I love discussion. Just keep it kind, and hit subscribe if you want to see more behind the scenes vlogs and more of these sit down educational chats. Thanks.